Hey there, everyone. So we're going to be talking about uh, sorry, brain fart. The case for paid preparers versus using software, using fillable forms, uh, or even not filing your taxes. uh, so, what are the situations you should be looking at? When you should be using a free service, when you should be having a paid service through your taxes. In most states, there are VITA programs. These are volunteer tax programs where you go, might sit for a while. AARP does one. I'm part of the Prepare and Prosper in Minnesota. They do taxes if you're single, up to $34,000 worth of income, and if you have family over, should say up to $55,000 worth of income. Your so here are the different situations. Let's go with the most basic, fillable forms. These are essentially now on the computer, but like when people used to do their taxes by hand with a pencil. Generally, you have to be able. You should know what's going on in each line. This is for people with a little bit of tax experience. They've done their taxes before. They know how they looked at their taxes. Maybe had explained to them. It's not though. It doesn't take too long, but you just need to make sure that you reach every step. Software generally fills in some gaps, whereas with the fillable forms, you're doing everything yourself. In contrast, there's software you can use, such as TurboTax, H&R Block's software, and TaxSlayer. I've used TaxSlayer for the place of volunteer at VITA, Prepare and Prosper. I hate TurboTax. I fucking hate that shit. Tax software treats you like an idiot. It doesn't educate you on any tax planning strategies. Doesn't explain your return to you. Simply asks you some questions. Uses some predetermined values that you don't get to see until you finish your return, and then you're left wondering where'd they get this number from. Okay, I had $200 worth of income, and I rented $200 in donations, and I rented my house last year. Where are my donations? Probably didn't get to use your donations. Brings me to using another human being. If you have a free service, such as Prepare and Prosper, a VITA program, you're paying with your time. They're doing it for free, but it's inconvenient. You gotta work with their schedule. You gotta make sure that you have enough time filled out, and you could walk in and not be served because too many other people were there. Luck of the draw. If you do have some time to spare, it's great. You can get your taxes done for free, and you can receive some tax advice from your preparer. Talk to financial services if your program offers that, and they'll tell you a little bit about savings accounts, retirement accounts. What should you do with your refund? Okay. So there's a case for free preparers. You're not necessarily getting the highest caliber of preparer, but then again, the next thing I'm going to talk about is paid preparers, and how we talk shit about H&R Block checks anyway. All right, so the third one is paid preparers. Now, you look up online anything about tax advice. I'll tell you, do your own taxes. Don't pay someone to do it. As someone who gets paid to do taxes, I'll make my case for it. Now, there are services where you walk in and they do your taxes right there then and there. I don't work for a service like that. What we do is we do a drop-off basis. The organization is called Minnehaha Business Services, MBSC, in South Minneapolis. It's Minnehaha on 35th Avenue. And come in, do about 5-10 minute review depending on how complicated your return is, and taking down your information, put it in a file, and it gets queued up. And then we do it in the coming days, depending on how far back we are. Might get to it that day, might get to it 2 weeks from now. But what you're paying for is not having to have your time. When you go with a smaller preparer, smaller office, rather than H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty, you're generally going to be charged less. I think a good amount for a lot of people is between $60 and $100. Depends on, and that's what we charge. We're very low end. I know H&R Block charges between, they have their free software online, but if you go into one of their clinics, they will charge you between $150 to $200 starting. That's if you rent, you one W-2. What they do is they scale it very quick. So whereas the business I work for, every schedule adds $5 to $10 to your return, to the cost, the price. The national businesses that I've listed already, they will scale it to maybe $50 for additional schedule. So if you have if you itemize, for example, we add, I think, $10 on for that, maybe 15. Another business might add $50 to $75 for that. It's not the fairest, but then again, you're paying a lot of overhead. You're paying for somebody who's had training in it. Point is, you can have it done for cheaper. And then there's also the returns that are too complicated for really anyone without some sort of tax education to be able to do. I mean, I took a 4-credit college course on federal taxation. I don't know everything about it, but I know a good amount. And the other point I want to make for pay preparers is you can get help in figuring out what you're going to do for the following year. Surprisingly, you doubled your income this year. You didn't realize what sort of effect it would have on your taxes. You can talk to someone when you have a paid preparer, an accountant, do your taxes. And so you're paying for that guidance, you're paying for that relationship, and maybe they offer some other services that you could take advantage of. Financial planning, like formal financial planning. So that's about what I want to say about having different people do your taxes or you do it yourself. If you can do your own taxes, go ahead and do them. But remember, make sure you're getting value for your money or time spent. Have a good night.